Friends, today we are going to uh, discuss here the safety guidelines which is required when a conveyor belt are running. The safety guides are very important and there are some instrument installed in the conveyor belt who will shape the personal working with the conveyor belt. So I will discuss one by one equipment or instrument used in with this conveyor belt system. First of all, when you are going to do any maintenance job in the conveyor system, so no maintenance activity is allowed on the conveyor belt without logout, tag out, and try out. Low toto, it is called low toto, and valid safety work permit. Without a valid safety work permit, having low toto systems, nobody is allowed to do work in the conveyor system. Then do not operate the belt without functioning proper pull cord. Pull cord. There is a pull cord is there. I will explain you in detail. A pull cord. If the conveyor gallery is on both sides, here this is a one side gallery. You see, people can work. This side people cannot work. But there is a provision is there when both side people can work. Then both side pull cord should be available. Pull cord should be available. And this pull cord will stop the conveyor belt. It is a very long conveyor running, so it is very difficult to contact, difficult to see who is going there in the gallery. If he is if he come across with an accident, then he can pull the and he can see that any damage take place in the pulley or in the belt. Or any damage to the product, he can immediately pull this cord and stop the conveyor belt. That's why the this pull cord along with the length of the conveyor belt is required, is provided. Then while working on the conveyor, do not use loose garments and hanging eye cards. There is sometimes we are using hanging eye cards, that all ties also, and etc. That is to be avoided. That should not be, people should not wear this. Then always use proper PPE, personal protection equipment, hard, just like a hard hat, um, then tight fitting gloves, safety goggles, and safety shoes. Do not allow anyone to stand on the conveyor for doing any maintenance activity like painting on the conveyor roof trusses or fixing lights. Fixing light, if anybody working, he can fall down. Once he fall down on the conveyor belt, he will go directly with the conveyor belt. He will go to the drive end or non-drive end 10 pulley, and a very big accident can happen. So that's why nobody will be allowed to do any maintenance work when the conveyor is running, and any electrical work also, so any painting work also when the conveyor is running. Then the main difference between the Luto and the Loto 2. I have told you Luto means log out and tag out, and Loto 2 means log out, tag out, and try out. What is Luto? Now log out and tag out. And Loto 2 is log out, tag out, and try out. Are both are both workplace safety procedures used to ensure machinery is completely de-energized before maintenance. But both the process, we have to ensure the equipment is completely de-energized to do any maintenance work. The critical difference is that the Loto 2 at a mandatory verification step, they are doing Loto and Loto 2 are giving additionally a mandatory verification test step to prove that the equipment is truly safe. First of all, what is Loto? Direct comparison between the two procedures. Loto means Loto focuses strictly on isolating and marking energy source. For they isolate the power and then marking the energy source where it is. They have done the isolated marking. Just remember, tag will be there. So log out means physically log are provided. Physical locks are provided on the energy isolating valves or valves, simple valves, circuit breakers. So keep them in off position and then lock. You have to provide the lock. And tag out means warning tags, just like paper or paper tags or something hard tags. You have to provide it on the on the on the lock. The lock you have provided above it, the warning tag should be there, where everything should be written. The detail who applied them, who is applied this tag, and why the machine is out for service, why the machine is out of service, etc. Everything will be written in the tag out, in the tags. So if anybody when come across this tag, he will come to know that this equipment is down for uh, what reason, and who has applied it. Then low toto means log out, tag out, and try out. The log out and tag out are same as just like Luto, but additionally try out means worker physically test the machinery by attempting to push the start button nearby the equipment and see whether testing for any voltage coming or not, or machinery start rotating or not, to verify that energy is actually been isolated. So nowadays Lototo system is used because it is additionally you have to try from the local and remote isolation system to try to open it, try to start it, but it should not start. Now, what is pull cord? You see, this is the cord. It is going along with the length of the conveyor. Sometimes conveyor length will be more than a kilometer, more than a kilometer. So if anybody works in between, you cannot see also. If any accident happen, then people cannot reach there before any catastrophe take place, before any casualty take place. So the person working there, he can pull this cord, and when he pull this cord, there is a switch here. The switch will operate, and this will isolate the equipment, isolate and trip the drive motor, and the conveyor will immediately stop, and a major accident can be avoided. Can be avoided. This is the, and this cord should be in the position both. If his rack is there and the walking rack is there on the both side, then both side the cord should be available. If it is the working rack is on one side, then one side this cord should be available throughout the length of the conveyor. Then belt sway switch. When the suppose the belt is running and it move to one side. Once it move the one side, it will touch this. You see, it can touch the structure and damage the structure, and and at last the extreme cases the belt can come out from the structure. So and then havoc, material waste, as well as the accident will can happen. So before the belt come out from the structure, there is a belt sway switch has been provided. The belt sway switch has been provided. When the belt touch this switch, it is automatically stop the conveyor belt. It will automatically off the power supply to the motor which drive the conveyor. So this like this, the belt sway running can be avoided. And then it is called the belt rip sensor. When suppose your conveyor is running there is a foreign particle come and it tears the belt actually, or any damage take place, then there are the, you see it, when the conveyor belt is resting on the switches, there you see that it is connected, the switches are connected, the cables, it will operate the through this junction box, or stop the motor, and a belt damage can be avoided. If the, stop the belt immediately if a sharp object punctured the material and begin tearing the belt. Any sharp material has fallen on the belt conveyor, where it punctured the your material and then started tearing the belt. Then this will, when this sensor will detect it and give signal to stop the conveyor. That is called belt rip sensor. Now the zero speed switch, ZSSS. Every conveyor has been provided with the ZSSS, because when the conveyor is running, belt is not moving, suppose for or slipping, but the pulley is running, uh, then what will happen? The motor can damage. Motor will damage. So it is what is called the zero speed switch is a vital safety and monitoring device used in conveyor belt to detect if the belt speed drops below safe threshold or stop entirely. If it speed has come down, or it happen when it is slipping, and it can stop immediately. Then this switch will sense it. It prevent the belt damage. It prevent belt. If it belt is not moving, then belt damage can happen because the pulley is moving. So pulley gradually where there will be a lot of friction will be there between pulley and the belt, and belt will damage. And your structure also will damage. So damage, and motor can burn out because it is running without moving this belt. So lot of friction will generate. The motor burnout can take place. Material spillage because it is not moving. So there will be a lot of material spillage will be there because it is coming, material coming and it cannot move. So a lot of spillage will be there, and tripping the device circuit if the belt slips. If the belt slips also, jam also, breaks also, then it will trip the circuit, and motor will stop. The zero speed strip typically consists of a non-contact proximity sensor. This is a proximity sensor and control unit. And there is a control unit is there. There is a control unit. It is generally installed on the tail end of the pulley or the take-up pulley of the conveyor. The tail end of the pulley or take-up pulley of the conveyor. The detection. It is a ferromagnetic stud or metal target are attached to the rotating pulley. This rotating pulley, there is some inside, there may be some starter provided. When this sensor, when it is running, the start will come in contact, in the not in contact, the sensor will detect the start, and it can measure the RPM of the pulley. If it is slip, then RPM will not, pulley will not move. Then it will sense the low speed, and when the pulley will stop, then also it will sense the RPM and give signal to of the motor to stop the pulley, to stop the drive system, so that conveyor will stop immediately. Conveyor will stop immediately. Immediately. It acts as a mechanical to electrical fail-safe, preventing scenario where the motor continues to run while wheel is stalled condition. If motor is running, wheel is stalled condition, then motor will damage. That also can be avoided if we provide the zero speed switch. And not only that, there is a interlocks, about 2 3 conveyor system are working together. This conveyor system is running and giving feed to the this conveyor system. Suppose this conveyor system is trip, then but this conveyor system is running, so lot of spillages will be there. It is very difficult. It will damage the pulley, the damage the conveyor belt, and not only the material will be heaped here. To remove this material again, you have to do the manpower, and it will take a lot of time. So what will happen, due to if you are providing the zero switch, that will sense that this conveyor is not running, then this will give signal to this conveyor and trip the conveyor, so that there is no material fall on this conveyor, which is already tripped, and there is no waste of material and no damage of the conveyor belt. So this also help where for any interlocks of when 2 3 conveyor are interlocked, from one conveyor belt material are falling to other conveyor belt, and from this conveyor belt material falling to other conveyor belt. There be any conveyor belt problems, then lot of wasting of material, lot of heaps of material will accumulate. That will be very time consuming, as well as it can damage the conveyor also. So if zero speed sensor are provided, that will sense the speed of any conveyor and give signal to other conveyor to stop immediately. Then safety guard. Safety guard are very important. I have told you, the person working here, his hand can go to the, that is called the nip point. Nip point meant your belt is moving this direction, conveyor is also moving on this direction. If any by chance your hand is come here, finger is come here, it will go immediately inside the two pulley as well as the belt, or idler between idler and the belt, and you lot of a very big catastrophic and accident can take place when your finger has come to the nip points or pinch point. Then that's why when that should be avoided. That's why we are providing the metal guard, so that the your you nobody can come in contact with the belt or pinch or nip point, so that there should not be any accident. Whereas the accident nip point means area where the belt meets the pulley or rollers. uh, Rollers, it is rotating parts are drive, shaft, coupling, and then speed sensors, where these safety guard are to be provided. No return roller also, though it is no materials are not there, no power components are still create dangerous pinch point. There also rollers are there, so pinch point or nip point will be there. So there also guard is required. So this guard not provide isolation, provide guard against the carrying roller as well as the return roller. So you see, this is the tail end pulley. So anybody can come here and touch the pulley. So before, so they should not come here. That's why the cage has been provided. You see, this one is the gravity loop, gravity take up pulley. There lot of weights are there. Anybody come here, if it belt fails, the huge quantity, huge weight can immediately fall to the ground. If anybody come here, he can, a lot of a catastrophic failure or a casualty can take place. That's why the guard has been provided. The guard has been provided. I think, friends, I have covered the safety devices provided in the conveyor system to avoid any accident, to safeguard the conveyors. So I think if you go through these slides, your concept will clear. If you still have any doubt, you can contact me, and by mail or by telephone also. And if you can arrange a, then, or you can convince your management to arrange a video conference, so that I can clear your any doubt is there, and you are satisfied with this post, then please like it and subscribe it, and it will be very helpful to your friends. Then you can forward the channel to your friends also. They can go through this. This is this post, this channel cover all the interview questions. It will not only help the new graduate engineer trainee, but also the experienced engineers. They will go through this. Their concept on each equipment will be clear, and they can do the maintenance and operation very well. Thank you very much.